Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. You already know, this is Don D with Uptown Exotics, and I've had my very first, I don't want to say casualty, but concerning moment. And I need to make sure I handle this correctly. This is not the video that I wanted to do this week, but here we are. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, we're here today with Alexander. He just shed, so I wanted to show him off a little bit. Love this boy. He's growing so nice, so nicely. He just looks amazing. I don't know if the camera, I don't think the camera's really doing him any justice, but he is a beautiful snake, and he's just so cool. He really is a cool snake. It was funny, I opened up the tub and I guess he thought he was getting fed because he started coming to the front. He usually just stays balled up or coiled up somewhere and doesn't come up to the front when I open the tub. But then when he realized there was no food there, he let me pick him up. But he's not the concern that I have. I just wanted to show him off because he's so handsome. So handsome. I did have a concern with him though. I couldn't get his hemipenes to pop. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get his peens to pop. So I took him to see John and Christine, and John popped him like it was super easy. I'm like, my goodness. I was annoyed with myself, but I'm still getting the hang of it, and he was holding them in. I think I wasn't pushing hard enough to get them to pop out, but John got them to pop out, so he's a boy. Yes, he's a boy. But let's put him away. Let's find somebody else to play with. So I decided to pull out his downstairs neighbor. The two of them are in a I guess you want to call it a rack. 2-tub rack. She's downstairs. This is Nikki. She's growing nicely for me too. I don't show her off far as much as I should. And again, she was a concern as well. She was quite sassy when I first brought her home. She would hiss every time I picked her up. She didn't really strike at me too much. She struck at me a couple of times the first couple of days. But mostly hissed. But she's gotten much better now. I can open up the tub. She'll look at me. She'll be in strike position. She's always in strike position. She's ready. She's always ready. But she realizes it's me and just lets me pick her up, and then we just hang out. We just hang out. She's so gorgeous though. Look at those colors. Look at those markings. And of course, that belly. Are you getting ready to shed? No, you're not pink. But that belly, look at that side gut. We love a good side gut and a good white belly. And the popcorning. You already know. You already know. But I need to I need to buy a VE6, and then I should be good for a little bit. I'll buy a VE6, have a couple of snakes that are on their way when it warms up. The weather, it was warm last week, and then we got snow yesterday, and it's been cold, and like the days for the next week or so will be nice and warm, but overnight it's still gonna get below freezing, so I don't want any of the snakes shipped with it being below freezing. So we'll wait a few weeks, but that'll give me time to order the rack and get it here, get everything all set up, and should be hopefully here in time for them to get here. But my concern, and I hope everything's okay. I think everything will be okay. We shall see. You all know that I recently picked up a Brazilian rainbow boa, and she is my my new obsession. Love her to pieces. She's a beautiful snake, and she's a real sweetheart, so I just absolutely love her. Monday night, well, actually Sunday, you know what, let me back up. So if you caught, I think I posted on YouTube, not YouTube, this is where we are, on TikTok, that I couldn't find her. She wasn't in the hide that I normally put her, or would find her in. She wasn't in any of the hides. I have 3 hides in her enclosure, and she wasn't in any of the hides, so I couldn't find her. So last Friday on my lunch break, I came in here and I grabbed an empty tub and just pulled out the substrate, pulled all the substrate, not all, but most of the substrate out. Ended up finding her over along the side wall. I have fake rock. If you've seen the pictures, you see like it looks like a rock wall, and the rock doesn't go all the way to the floor of the enclosure. So there's a gap between the bottom of the rock wall and the floor of the enclosure. Well, that's where she was. Thank goodness, that's where I found her. So then the next day I went looking for her, went to the same spot, that's where she was. Sunday was feeding day, and I figured, I don't want to dig her out, so I'll just leave the rats, or no, she's on fuzzy mice right now. Leave the fuzzies in the enclosure for her to find, because she wasn't coming out when I was feeding. I do know that she came out. I saw evidence that she was out that night, but she did not eat the fuzzies. So Monday I defrosted 2 more, or thawed 2 more, and I pulled her out. Now, I don't normally handle my snakes on feeding day, but I handled her for about 10 or 15 minutes, then I fed her. Because I wanted to know where she was, and I wanted to make sure she ate. So I put her in a hide, heated up the pink, or the fuzzies, and fed her. She took both of the fuzzies, no problem. A couple of hours later, I come upstairs, and I always check in on. Anytime I come up, I come in and check on the room. And I noticed that she regurgitated both of them. So now I'm upset. Now I'm worried. I've never had a snake regurgitate food before. So I'm a little upset about that. I left her alone Tuesday and Wednesday. I was going to try to check on her today, but this morning I did see that when I got up, one of the plants that's stuck in the sidewall had been knocked down. So I know she was out last night. So that's good. She's out and exploring the enclosure. So now I need to let her rest. Need to leave her alone. Not handle her. It's going to be hard for me, as obsessed as I am. And also because she buries herself. I don't know where she is, so I can't see her. But as long as I have evidence of her coming out, I'll be okay. But I need to just let her rest for a couple of weeks, not feed her for a couple of weeks, and then see how we are within the next couple of weeks. So, wish me luck. If you have any words of wisdom or advice, I'm all ears. None of my ball pythons have regurgitated their food. And then again, none of my ball pythons are handled the day, especially right before I feed. So, a little upset about that, but we live and learn. Hopefully everything's okay. And like I said, since she came out last night and I saw that she knocked a plane over, that I know she was out and exploring. So hopefully that's a good sign, a good signal. But that is all that we have for today. Again, so I'm a Nikki side gut. She's such a sweet girl. And to think she was a little mean something. Yes, you were. You were a little mean something. Hissing and striking and everything. You weren't having it, but look at you, just a sweetheart. But we thank you for stopping in. I'll give an update next week with Katie and everything that's going on. But please give this video a like and leave a comment. Leave a comment with some suggestions, if you will, on how to handle Katie. Like I said, I'm just going to let her rest for a couple of weeks and see what happens, and then try to feed her one Pinky in a couple of weeks. And if she takes that and keeps that down, then we're good. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. My subscription numbers are climbing. Slowly but surely, they're climbing, and I appreciate all of you. So thank you very much. Spread the word. Spread the word. And definitely hit that notification bell so you know when my next video drops. But thank you again for checking in, and Nikki and I will see you next week. Love you. Bye.